Well, hello, new Crimson Typhoon.
You see, I wanted to do a skit. I really did. I was like, we're gonna make fun of each other. It's gonna be great. Problem is, Mr. Mr. No Knees here doesn't like to stand. Felt to be blessed, be like, hey Steve, why have you never reviewed this thing? My mom always said if I didn't have nice things to say, don't say them at all. It's just something I'm supposed to. Why didn't you have ratchet joints? Why? Why, God? I know it's like 10 years ago, but they had them. They were in things. It wasn't uncommon for things to have ratchet joints. They're not. Why? Why? Why do you have... I can't even do that to you. Oh, man, you're so much better. Although, funny enough, they actually, like, in terms of, like, design elements, they got mostly the same takeaways. It's just, like, everything's implemented so much better in this. But it's like, the hands are still a hinge. But because they put that there, you can actually rotate it now instead of it just being that. So, that's cool. I think in the review I forgot to mention that these can shift. Hopefully I did. Anyways, on to the review. I'm not spending 40 minutes trying to get you to stand just to do some... I hate you. Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today in this review, we got the Crimson Typhoon from... I'm probably going to say this wrong. Lingjihun?
Oh, yeah, you butchered it.
Lingjihun? Something like that. This is... it's not really like a third-party figure. It makes me think I want to say third-party figure.
It kind of makes you feel like it is, but it's not.
But they're licensed. Legendary Pacific Rim. It's got the trademark on the bottom here, everything. So it is definitely legit. But this is a fully posable action figure. Done in I probably we'll grab the NECA one later. It's about the same scale. Like he'd maybe be a little bit bigger than the NECA.
I think it is a little bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, it almost feels like kind of like how like a Monster Arts is next to a Haya.
Yeah.
You have like this next to the neck. Although to be fair, I did some photos of this a little bit ago with the Otachi because we had this one for like a couple weeks now. And just now got Arnes over to do these videos. And he honestly sizes really well with it. You'll see with the comparisons, but it works good if you like have the Pacific Rim figures. This still is serviceable with them. But
yeah.
If you have like the Soul Shigoku Gypsy, that is way too big. But then again, they already have Gypsy Dangers up for pre-order too at the moment. This one, if you want to get hold of it after the review, is pretty much sold out everywhere, and it's getting kind of pricey on eBay and AliExpress. So I definitely would try to hop on this now, or maybe wait and see if they reissue it at some point. Because they did show off they're doing at least a few of the kaijus, most noticeably Slaturn.
Slaturn?
The one that we never got.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got
the first category 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually have a figure of that in the works.
Oh, no.
And then they also have Otachi, Leatherback, Knifehead. I think I've seen Eureka Striker.
Well, like I said, this guy sold already. It's already sold out. So I think it will do good enough for them to make some more.
Yeah, they already had a bunch in the works anyways. So now with this guy like being sold out everywhere, I think it's just more incentive to hopefully keep going. I need an Oni Baba. I need my crab dude.
Yeah. Give me the crab dude.
Give me the crabs. Anyways, main reason I picked this up, Pacific Rim, my favorite kaiju movie of all time.
You should not be saying that you want crabs, Steve. It's just not right.
Crabs are delicious.
To eat. Yes.
As they should be. But like I mentioned, Pacific Rim, my favorite kaiju movie of all time. It just kind of like everything about that just hits the right notes for me in terms of like what I want for a giant monster movie.
Pacific Rim Uprising was better.
It's the best Power Ranger movie we got. Pacific Rim, Power Rangers, I thought it was fairly serviceable. Pacific Rim the Black was okay. At least the first season was fine. Second season was definitely rushed.
Yeah, I feel like it was rushed, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know, for me, I'm like, Pacific Rim still works. Like, just the first movie, I think, works just by itself as its own thing. Like, it doesn't need any more. If anything, I would like prequel stuff.
Yeah, I feel like because the way they explained it, there was so much that they could do with prequel, it would be great.
We'll even talk about like other events, them working together on like killing other kaijus. It would have been kind of cool to see like the progression to get to the first movie.
Yeah.
I think would have been neat, like the struggles of building these Jaegers. But sadly, we didn't. Also, it'd just been nice maybe to get more Guillermo del Toro directed ones. Because like I said, I think he hit everything right on that first movie. But anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, you can see really nice illustration of Crimson Typhoon on the front. On the side here, you do get the kaiju kill count and its battle specs. It shows on the back here what the figure can do, all the accessories. More of the same on the side. Legal Mumbo Jumbo on the bottom and top. Anyways, let's get them open up out of its cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got Crimson Typhoon opened up out of its cardboard prison, first and foremost, it comes with a bunch of accessories, which I already currently have on the figure here. You'll see here, it's got these little...
I love the wachas.
Little spinny fingers, so you could do the buzzes. Good. I think this is really cool, and I love this. My only nitpick is because for toy photography... and just standing on the shelf, it would have been kind of cool if they would have just made this like a circle disc with the fingers in it. So there was like
I kind of like it the way it is right there.
So it just always looks like it's spinning.
Yeah.
You don't know how tempted I am of just making something to go in here, 3D scanning it, printing it, and then you could just sit it in there. I'm tempted to try it. I almost feel like I could scan it and just make it on the thing.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It won't come out right. You lose a few hours of your life.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool just to give it like that full look.
And then if it does work out, you have another thing for Etsy shop that people will definitely look into.
Yeah, it's just like, oops. I don't know how many people. I don't know how many of these were really sold. Like I said, I know they all sold out pretty quick.
It's sold out, so I don't know how many they make, but it's definitely sold out because I went through the website, like I said, and it's gone.
Yeah, because I know like BBTS, it's sold out. I don't think 5K ever got them in. And no. eBay, they kind of been like spiking. I know 5K's got Gypsy. I'm just naming shops that I order stuff from. Entertainment, I know, doesn't have it because they don't do a lot of like these like third-party companies.
Which they should.
It'd be nice. But still really sweets. And then if you want to swap them out, you can you see previously, but the hand just pops right off. Pop the new one in, make sure you got it at the right angle. I will say this one is a little bit looser than the original hand.
It looks a little loosey-goosey, but it's fine.
But there's like a little tab in there. Keeps it on. You just got to make sure you angle it correctly. Because it's a rectangle shape in there. You can also see too that the plate's shifted a little bit. So you don't see the little section here on this piece.
Oh, that is awesome.
And it almost kind of looks like the back plate kind of shifts a little bit and then that disappears. So there's a little bit of variety on this, and then this actually poses so you can adjust the fingers.
See, when I heard about this, I was like, nah, I'll just wait when it goes down, and it actually it's going up, and up.
Nah, I hopped on this as soon as I could, because there's like there's like the really big ones, which are super expensive. I was like, okay, that I might be able, if I really wanted to, I could get at maybe at some point. But the smaller, like normal action figure ones, and then when they mentioned the size being kind of similar to NECA, was like, if anything's going to sell out and be stupid expensive, it's going to be these.
Yeah, sure.
And because I already collect the NECAs, kind of sold. And then for the hands, you want to make sure you grab right here at the base of the forearm, and you just...
Almost, you got it.
It's a little scary because there's just so, like, this, you can see how much of a wiggle there is here trying to grab this, and it's really hard to just grip this piece, but you kind of want to get your finger under here and then pop it out.
That is not
usually just bend it down. It takes a little bit of twisting, and then to my understanding these are the exact same hands. Yes, so it doesn't matter which one you put it on. There we go. And that one too. Now you got the regular hands. These ones are not posable. They are always just kind of clenched hand looking. And then on the back here, you also have, comes with little thrusters.
Oh, that is awesome.
So this piece is engaged, which what's kind of cool too is this also, one nice thing about having nails, you can pop this off and you can see back here there's a little circuit board. Now, when I did this on stream, this is really temperamental, and the thing I would say is the worst thing about this figure is the light up feature, which looks good when it's on, but there's no way to turn it on and off. As the editor's note, so I think the problem with the review is the batteries they sent me, I think, are not great. Because I just had some of these ones laying around here that I just popped in real quick because I wanted to do a quick little edit to the review. And pop them in, and they actually lit up. Granted, they're not lighting up for very long, but the light feature is on. Because I wanted to mention that with this arm, you can actually supposedly shut off the, like, this light turns the light on and off. Turns the light off. Maybe. I've seen it. People mentioned it to me. Anyways, with the arm, you could turn the back lights off on the back. Problem is, I can't get this thing to turn on to begin with. So, it could just be my figure, but I know if you have this, you can light it up by not actually having to take out the batteries if you want to turn it off or on or whatnot. It is a function, just this one's doesn't really work that well. There we go! Ta-da! Alright, so that worked. Right about there's the sweet spot. Cool. At least I got to show you the damn thing worked. Alright. I've been messing with this thing for like days. Cool. I can leave these in, I guess. Alright, neato. Problem is, I don't know where the back batteries went after anymore. Because I've had this guy sitting around for a minute. Because I've been trying to get around to finishing editing this guy, which is what I'm currently doing right now. I was like, oh, I know in the unboxing somebody mentioned the arm thingy. Let's do the arm thingy. Arm thingy sounds cool. Arm thingy. So, oh, it's there. Oh, yeah. It is not consistent at all. at least I can do it. All right, cool. Okay, so I got them on. You'll see the battery pack isn't all the way in. I'm gonna try. Once you get it on, at least for mine, I have to let it sit for a second and almost like it's charging. Yeah. And then I can slide it down. We're good to go. But it's like I have to get it like find the sweet spot and then just let it sit for a minute.
That battery pack is very temperamental.
So I don't know if that's just mine. I turned off at least some of the studio lighting so you guys can see it a little bit. And then once it's in, you just hook it back on the figure. But what's nice is it does illuminate pretty decently on the effect.
That's that aspect is questionable.
Yeah,
I think it's the batteries though. Like if they put in bigger batteries, more juice.
It'd be nice if like there was a switch
Yeah.
a switch somewhere. Because I feel like in all of what is in here, there's somewhere I could have put a battery pack with a switch. Okay, and then for the rest of the figure here, we have probably the best thing about this. One, I really like the articulation. We'll get that in a second. And two, the amount of details they put into this without it hindering any of the articulation. For instance, you got these little pistons. They're just kind of hanging on the side of it, almost kind of like earrings. So it gives you the look like they're attached to the neck here, but you get full range of motion here.
It's kind of good trickery.
Yeah, where to your eyes, it doesn't really...
Yeah, it's like an illusion.
Throw it off, but they're definitely not connected. And then because this is a softer plastic here too, they can kind of bump into things without having to worry about breaking.
It's not going to damage the sides or scrape the paint or anything.
Yeah, which I could definitely get behind. And then the armor plating is probably some of the best mech armor plating I've seen in a long, long time. Because you even get like, it almost looks like carbon fiber.
Yeah.
On the top section here, you get Crimson Typhoon, and then the Chinese on the front here, you get the logo. And you just get so much little decals. You get like the Kaiju kill counts hanging out here. Casey's awake.
Uh-oh.
You get a lot of pinstriping all over the place. Lots of reds and yellows. Like, there's just so much going on with the armor plating here, which I know isn't quite movie accurate.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have nearly this much going on in the film.
No, it didn't. But it's like a good thing. Like, I actually appreciate that aspect, you know?
Yeah, I almost kind of dig this more. Same with the feet. Got a lot of really nice detailing. They actually panel line this thing too, so there's a little bit of black in between everything, so the red pops out even more. Then just the pearlescent red on this thing is gorgeous. You can even see like where some of the pistons are. Again, don't get in the way of anything. Like even the armor plating is rounded here so that it can butt up next to this and give you the most range of motion. And it's even still got some pistons in some sections.
Oh, sounds so...
The only thing that's kind of weird is this little piece here is not attached to anything.
Oh, it's not? Oh, yeah, that part. That
Yeah,
is
so
true.
you get full wiggle here, which is fine. Because, again, it gives you, like, full range of motion without it hindering anything. It's something that Monster Arts does a lot with a lot of their joints.
Yeah.
And then if you don't really like the position, you kind of just shimmy it around if you really need to. And overall, like, detailing on this, probably one of the best looking Jaegers I think anybody's ever really done outside of like large statues.
Yeah.
Like in terms of action figures, I can only say the Soul of Shigoken is maybe a little bit more intricate. But Soul of Shigoken was also like an extra like 150 more than this was. Casey is 100% awake now. Gotta love having a toddler. Arms look good. Even the fingers got like. Even look at the detailing on the grips of the fingers. Look phenomenal. Because even like the spinny bits have the detailing on the undersection of the finger, which I could definitely get behind. And then for its articulation, like we showed, the head, it's got quite a bit of range to it. This arm can go all the way up, all the way down. This is on its own hinge and ball joint, so you can kind of shimmy it around depending on where you need to go. And then the arm is on like one giant ball joint with a hinge. So you get a lot of range of motion for something that I wouldn't expect. You get a rotation at the bicep. One thing also I love about this figure is the use of ratchet joints in so many places.
Oh, I love that. That's actually the good thing.
The fingers can go forward and back. The hand can rotate. Like I said, the waist, you get a lot of play here too. Really nice forward and back crunch. The arms are on ball joints with a hinge, so a lot of range there. And again, ratchet joints.
I feel like that went above and beyond on the articulation on this figure.
Arms can stretch, hand can rotate. Like for how many limbs and how many things can get in the way, the only thing I think I would have liked to have seen a better rotation at the elbow here.
What do you mean? Like, what's wrong with it?
Well, you only...
Oh, it's just that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
you only can bend it. You you can only rotate it here, and that's your rotation point.
Yeah.
It would have been maybe nice to have it here too. I get why it doesn't, but it would have been kind of nice. And then the hands can rotate, hinge forward and back. Then the legs go inwards about that far, outwards about that far. Plating up here gets in the way a little bit, to be expected, but really nice forward and back kick. Knees around ratchets there.
Oh.
Second one, also on a ratchet.
Oh.
Feet, also on a ratchet. Can rotate there. And what's nice about the ratchet, especially in the leg, is unlike the NECA, this thing can stand by itself. And I don't worry about this thing sagging over time.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the other Pacific Rim figures from the NECA. If you got the older ones, it definitely it went a little bit to the side where you did not want him to go, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think Crimson Typhoon was the biggest offender because of just how much upper body weight it has. It really needs like that added reinforcement in the limbs in order to properly stand. And I don't think I've seen really anybody with a NECA Crimson Typhoon that isn't like standing with the legs just fully squunched.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way it was possible without a stand.
Ugh. The noise it makes still. Ugh. Stop it.
Maybe eventually. You know you like it. It just sounds like yours. That's why you hate it.
Yeah, it does.
And for some quick comparisons, here we have the Lingjihun Crimson Typhoon compared next to some random Pacific Rim figures in my collection with the Soulless Shogoken Gypsy, which I still say is probably the best Gypsy Danger figure ever, and the Robot Spirits Gypsy Avenger from Uprising. And here it is with some NECA Pacific Rim figures with the Ultimate Gypsy Danger and Crimson Typhoon. And here it is with some NECA Pacific Rim Kaijus with Leatherback and Otachi. And here it is with some random figures I got in recently with the Super 7 Martian from Mars Attacks and the Calibarn from the Gundam Universe line from the anime Gundam Witch from Mercury. And finally, for some more random comparisons, here it is with the Custom Scorch from the Black series. I just got done weathering, so you can go hang out with the rest of his Delta Squad. And the NECA Tatsu from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So overall, for the Crimson Typhoon figure, this guy is amazing.
It is.
The only real nitpick I got is the light up feature kind of sucks. But then again, if this thing didn't have a light up feature, I think I would still like it.
I don't know. Like, I appreciate that they did it, but I really don't care about it. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't there, I'll be like, oh, you guys are just trying to be cheap about it. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of one of those slippery slopes, as you would say.
And like I said, I think for the price point, there's enough here and enough detailing, just the way the figure feels, that I honestly, I think this is better than a Monster Arts.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper, and Monster Arts doesn't give us light up features.
It is.
Outside of the one Triple K Godzilla that they never gave us the stupid shin.
It's definitely cleaner. To me, it is, at least. Like, I love that whole, like, carbon feel and, like you said, the plastic on it and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the detailing is, like, in terms of, like, detailing, it's probably one of the coolest figures I've gotten in a while.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you.
I could easily see this being, like, in my top 10 figures of the year this year.
I hope to make
I actually don't even think it's close. Like I said, the only thing I would think that would hold it maybe from number one is the light up feature.
Is it Netflix
being
Ultraman?
very Netflix? Oh, God. That might be on a different list. Denji's already got a place on that worst figure of the list here.
The poor guy didn't do anything.
He hurt my feelings.
Oh, you heard it all.
Because he doesn't even look like Denji. Like I said, Ultraman was kind of... It's more, I think, the nature of the character than it being a bad figure. It's just not... It doesn't blow me away.
Yeah.
In the slightest. Which, at least the figure arts, I should look at it and be like, ah, this is cool. So yeah, so if you're able to get a hold of it, especially around the $100 mark, I think this guy's well worth it. Where it's currently at on like eBay prices, like $200 plus.
Oh, I can't justify that.
Yeah, that's a little bit harder to justify.
You gotta be like a massive, crazy fan of this to pay $250. You know.
Yeah, you're kind of at the point of like, well, I can pre-order, like, I just bite the bullet, pre-order Gypsy Danger, and then if this is the one you got to pay extra money for right now, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I know like the Star Wars Micro Galaxy people have that same problem where it's just like, good luck finding the chase rare. So if you need it, you're going to spend the money. I feel like that's kind of where this guy's currently at. I could see this getting a reissue though at some point.
Oh, definitely. If he's already sold out and people are selling him for that much, they're not going to let that ride. If this company wants money, they will do a second run of it.
Yeah, I could see that, especially if because they showed so many other ones they already have planned. I think it would be leaving money on the table to not do a second run.
Yeah.
So you can also hopefully just wait. Like pre-order the other one, or at least Gypsy's the only other one for pre-order. I 100% have a Gypsy on pre-order right now. I was hesitant because I wasn't sure how good this one was going to be, but now I'm like fully on board with these figures.
Like I said, you let me know if that one pops up for pre-order.
Oh yeah, Eternal?
Yeah.
I'll probably just pre-order two before I even ask.
Yeah. Seriously, no joke. I want it.
He's cool. Sure, Eternal's the only one I kind of sad I never got the 18-inch.
That is the only one that I wanted of 18-inch, and we never had it. And then we had it at the Spencer's, and I should have bought it then, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was like me. I remember it was there, and I was like waiting for it to go on clearance. If it had clearance, I was going to grab it, but somebody
bought it. Oh, I was so pissed.
Oh, because I think they had Eureka. And Eureka, it was like, I think somebody came in and grabbed them.
Eureka went on clearance.
Yeah. But I was like, I'm just happy with my knife head and Gypsy because that's like my favorite scene of the fight in the movie anyways. So I was cool with just having those as the big ones, but now it's like hindsight. I kind of wish I would have grabbed them. But super glad another company is putting out even more detailed versions of these and can't wait for the other ones to come out. But anyways, what do you guys think? Have you guys picked up this figure? What's your favorite Pacific Rim collectible? Or is one of the giant monster movie robot things?
Power Rangers?
Yeah, it was too easy in my brain.
Your brain?
What's that Hugh Jackman one? Remember the fighting robots?
Oh, what is that movie called? The fighting robot one with Hugh Jackman.
Because I know there's Robo Jocks, which is like an old version of that. It's like American Gundam. G Gundam.
I can't think of that movie's name.
Real Steel.
Real Steel, yeah.
Real Steel. So where do you think? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook, guys. Like keep up to date with your donate. Greatly would appreciate and help us defeat those guys. Just by hitting the like button. Subscribe, become a Ranger today. See you guys in the next one.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.